High Plains Technology says it's time for school.
Well, we took off last week for spring break, but we are back talking with High Plains Technology Center, Katie Shirley, and we've got another guest in the studio today. How's it going?
Good. How are you, Branson?
I'm doing well.
Glad to be back. We enjoyed spring break, and even though it involved still a lot of work for some of the folks, it was good, but it's even better to be back and to be around the students. And I loved seeing some students over the break, and they said that they couldn't wait to get back to the tech center specifically. So from spring break. So today I have with me Danna Goss, our TAP director. So thanks for coming, Danna.
You bet.
Great guest on the show. Always have so much to talk about with what's going on in the TAP world. And then also today we just wanted to talk about all things livestock show. So Danna, fill us in a little bit about High Plains involvement and help with like specifically district stock show and just all the different ways that we have an appearance out there.
You bet. So the Northwest District Stock Show went off with a bang again. Thanks to everybody's in the community, the board of directors, and everybody who made that happen. A few years back, the stock show took it, and they're so awesome because they take in a break. All the kids that are active and everything, and so we showed pigs and goats and sheep, and we did that. And it would be a 4-day stretch. Took 3 days off to play some basketball. Came back and showed cattle. And then had a phenomenal premium sale. And so that was so cool. It's expanded and the Ag Mechanics Show started off the week. Lots of students around, ag teachers, students in the tech center in welding, and the TAP students. Collaborative effort there to put that together. Shout out to Mr. Kellen and all the sponsors who made that happen. Those kids went on to OYE. That has happened over spring break. I've got a little bit of a stock show drag still about me. I'm kind of tired. It was a long 10 days in Oklahoma City, but we had lots of kids that went on from a mechanic show at our district show, went on to win classes, be division winners, reserve divisions, and so that's pretty cool. Those things are actually going to sell this week in an auction, some of those, and so pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The dinosaur, as it was a hit at the stock show, another big hit there.
At State. So tell us, what is Ag Mechanics, and when did TAP start participating, or any of our has this been a part of the stock show, the district stock show?
So it's been I should have checked that date for sure, but I believe it is the 4th year to have that there. Mr. Kellen has invited the TAP students to be involved in that since the beginning, so we so appreciate that, to be part of that since FFA's Career Tech program.
Right.
And we are, our CTO family says Career Tech family. And so we work together with that. It was something that it gave kids an avenue to participate. Anytime you can compete, it makes things good.
Right.
Competition, you bet. Competition brings out the best in everybody. Look somebody in the eye, shake somebody's hand. That just goes a long ways in the workplace.
Right. And some of these students haven't. This is kind of similar to how when we participate in the county fair and students enter projects that may never enter in any sort of contest, and they get that ribbon, and it's a new experience for many of our students. So what are some of the projects? What is and this is usually involved with your welding field of study, and so your students will, do they get to pick whatever they want to weld, or their project, or how does all that go?
Well, since we teach all 10, Lisa and I teach all 10 programs during TAP. And so really, we spend 15 days on welding. So we kind of gear our kids at this point. I'm probably looking maybe to do something a little bit different next year if it works out for us. But we gear towards the smaller things, the decorative things. There's an 8th grade division that's horseshoes only. And so the 8th graders do that from the sending schools. The 9th graders do in that in that 12 to 24, 24 to 36, or 48 above in the decorative class. And that kind of fits us, And we had a lot of our students, though, that are at the tech center that also competed in the smoker division, the trailer division, Tate, they went on and did well.
Yes.
And so he's from Moreland, and Casey Duncan had the smoker there from us. Abimail made a receiver hitch, and so if they have some outside help, then they
Right.
can do those on their own.
Little bigger projects.
Little bigger projects. But for class time, the decorative class seems to fit our scheme a little
Yeah,
better.
and there was very impressive, cute little all sorts of pigs. I think the pig did pretty good.
Yeah, the pig did good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the welding is good, but I think to put the kids in the situation to interview
yes
is the biggest takeaway from that.
Because the judges there are two different sets of judges that went through around and asked the students some questions about their projects.
Yes, it was, and,
Yeah.
and there was a few people that acted as if they were judges, so
Yeah.
that worked
Yeah.
out well as well. I think you might have been one of
Yeah,
those.
that was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was pretty
Surprised
great.
them a little bit.
Yeah, it was
Surprised
good.
Undercover judge.
And even more than that, we participated in the Ag Mechanics show. Pate Carlson, shout out to construction.
Right.
The benches are awesome.
Work hard.
Work hard. His officer team comes out on Sunday afternoon and builds those things. Every kid, whether those parents now know that those small kids probably going to get stain on them. And so they have a shirt that they can put on.
Yeah.
But those kids are rocking and rolling with the stain, putting those benches together. And, that's a covenanted award, to win a bench, to have the grand champion at our district show win that
that's
bench.
a big deal. That's pretty special.
Yeah.
And I know, and then they auction one off also, right? I think my dad purchased one before, and he's pretty excited about that.
Yeah, and that money goes towards a scholarship fund.
Right.
Jamie and the Diesel guys, they brought out the ice cream machine.
Yes.
The ice cream machine, is a big hit.
That was a hit.
And so everybody got that. Kids Corner was there, where kids, it's funny that it works out. The kids, people can find their kids. They're playing with the Legos, coloring, and so that works out.
Location, kind of.
Right, and keeps them from, I don't know, just lets the parents also watch their older kids show.
Right.
Yeah. So that works out well.
Okay, so what else should we talk about going on with TAP?
Well, moving on into the spring, so interview process is fixing to happen, and that's happening for all the programs at the Tech Center.
Right.
We're going to interview students the last week in March. So if you're a listener and you're wanting to attend High Plains Technology Center,
Now is the time.
Now's the time. Talk to Amber Riley at the Tech Center, your counselor at your sending school. Get the appropriate documentation turned in to attend. So that's that. Rachel Kozicki, a Moreland student, won the photography contest. So we're headed to the Capitol for Ag Day on Thursday. Mr. Gaines, Ms. Parson, and I are headed down there. We had actually another student that was second in photography. We had somebody who was second in the poster contest. And so that Ag Day deal is something that we tied in with our TAP club. And so that worked out for that as well. We're having our skills competition the end of April at TAP. Lisa and I do it in-house.
Okay, in-house competition.
We do Creed contest with the TAP Creed, and then they do different events that we kind of spread it around and let them pick their area. While all of our teachers out at the Tech Center are really gearing up for competition.
Right.
Skills is coming. Host is coming. DECA and PPA, I think, has already happened and moving on.
Yeah.
And so really, gearing into those
and they're
times.
even gearing up for nationals now already
Right.
in those ones
Right.
that have
And so
already
it,
placed.
it's just the time of year that it's a busy season.
Yes.
But competition is good and brings out the best.
Yeah, it's been fun to see all the results as they come in. And so watch our social media and you'll get to see who all's placed and gets to move on and participated. So what else?
Well, our last TAP Club meeting is going to be April 11th, and so that is something that that's what we do for our CTSO is TAP Club, and so the kids meet. We appreciate everybody's business and industry who comes out and supports that. Teaches kids, what skills we need to have moving forward. Right now, Lisa's fixing to move into construction. I am. In multimedia, we are in the middle of some 3D engineering, moving into some hydroponics, moving into some health and some dissection. So as we head down the stretch, life gets busy.
Yeah, as you say, last TAP Club, it's like, wow, we're already at that point of the year. That's
I know,
the
right?
last one of the year.
I know, it's like...
And do you have that, what that focus will be?
Yes, we're going to do wildlife.
Wildlife.
And we're going to talk about, good husbandry, how to act out in the wild, safety, always safety first, respecting people's property if you're fishing or hunting, and some things like that. Different things about our state wildlife, what is our state fish, what is our state animal,
Yeah, that's
and so
great.
really some history things that kids really maybe don't know.
Right. That's good.
Yeah.
A couple other notes for our listeners is our WIND program is taking applications right now, and we have some space. So April 1st is the deadline for that, and you can visit our website for that or just call up to the school for more information. And then also we have finally opened up our practical nursing applications, and you can do all that on our website as well. And so both of those are, I think, the top 3 biggest careers right now in the United States, and just continually growing. So thank you, Danna, for being my guest today.
You bet.
And thank you all for listening. We'll be back here next week on 100.1.